Hey guys, Rura here from vrlabs.dev, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to install the button menu from our free packages. So first you're going to drag the prefab into the scene, right click it and click Unpack Prefab. Then you're going to drag it under the avatar root, open it up. This guide object here is going to basically be a visual guide to where the buttons are going to be placed, so we're going to place that where we want the menu. I'd say, in my case, since I want it on my left hand, about here is just fine. And then we're going to place that under the bone that we want to be the parent. In my case, I'm going to pick the left hand, drag the guide game object under the left hand, disable it, and then in the prefab itself, go to the menu game object that has a constraint on it, and drag the guide object into the sources, and that's going to position the menu correctly. Next, we're going to set up the triggers. In my case, I want my triggers to be on my right index finger. So I'm going to go to my right index finger bone, right click it, click Create Empty, and rename this to something that I can recognize. In my case, trigger target. I'm going to move this game object to the tip of the finger here, where it's supposed to be. And in the triggers game object under our prefab, I'm going to drag trigger target under our constraint sources. If we go into play mode, I can show you how to actually operate this menu. So to open the menu, you take this game object, open menu, and this object, trigger, and you enable them at the same time. You'll see that the menu opens right up, and if we disable these, the menu closes again. If I just enable one of these, then the menu doesn't open. So this allows you to bind this to a combo gesture where one triggers the first and another gesture triggers the second, and that opens the menu in order to prevent accidental activation. You'll notice that there are different colors of the buttons here. Numbers 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8 can all be activated at the same time and get disabled by this reset button here. Numbers 3, 6, and 9 are exclusive to one another. So activating 3 will deactivate 6 and 9, activating 6 will deactivate 3 and 9, and so on and so forth. So they are exclusive modes. Now that we have the menu and the triggers set up, we're going to set up an object. So I'm just going to make an object here as a placeholder. It's going to be a cube. And on this cube, I'm going to make sure it's at the origin. And I'm going to put a parent constraint on it, activate and 0 this. I'm going to generate another object. I'm going to call this cube target. And in the sources of this constraint, I'm going to put the cube target. Immediately the cube will move to the target, and I'm going to move the target where I want this cube to be following. In my case, I want it to be on the right hand, so I'm going to move the target to the right hand, reset position, reset rotation to where I want it in the hand like this, and now it is acting like a child of the hand. Now I can move the cube object into items, any one of these, and drag it under the container object, and now it is in the inventory in this slot. One last thing to note is that if you need a prop to appear on your head, you can't use constraints for this. Instead, what you're going to do is drag the numbered object directly onto the head bone, and then in your button menu folder here, you'll find an animator called constants. You're going to drag that constants animator onto the head bone, and now this prop will work while inside of the head bone. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out some of our other videos if you haven't already. This has been VR Labs. We'll see you next time.